Okay, this is MM's TI strategy guide. As you all know, hang on, let me fix that. This is as you know, as me as Maurice M. Now, recently, on the vid that Nappyhead Roots made, I ended up showing you my other channel, which is actually the channel that I use for monetization purposes, and I wanted to go into an explanation as to why that is. I've noticed that these gang stalkers can use they can actually be on YouTube with a channel, right? They can subscribe to you, but you won't be able to see who they are. Why? Because they have it under anonymous. They got it to where their stuff is not shown. So because of the craziness that's been going on, like with the email and stuff, like that's why I have a backup channel, so that if anything was to happen to that, or if anything gets changed, I can immediately have my evidence of that, of whatever may gets changed on there, if anything does. I will be posting this on the channel, so you'll be able to see it. If you want to see what happened earlier, check out Nappyhead's Roots recent video. You'll see it. The channel's name is Mischievous M. I know, sketchy name, but I did that mainly for camouflage, so I can actually catch the perps in the act, and it actually worked. If you look at the video's comment section, if they didn't F with it, then you'll be able to see how I was able to actually handle some of those perps that they were sending into the chats. There's a thing about this. A lot of these perps don't like talk. Like when it comes to that, they do not want to talk to me. Not the perps, not the cops, not the agents. They don't. And the reason why is because, well, I have a very good way with words that immediately changes the subject around and puts the sorry about that, the perpetrator on a hot seat. You want to see a clear example of that? Go ahead and look at it. But again, the other channel's name for the monetization is just Mischievous M. The reason why I have that there, because if you hadn't noticed, when they make those attempts, I don't know if someone, I don't believe none of the other TIs would ever delete those comments. I don't even think we even have the ability to do that. But I do believe that the two agents and perps that they sent to that chat, they were deleting their own comments so they can pretty much prevent evidence from getting out for what they were doing. This is why everybody needs to get a screen recorder. You get a screen recorder, record the chat logs, right? Record the chat logs so that even if they try to delete the stuff, you still have the evidence. That's pretty much going to be it for this video. I know I haven't really uploaded too much of anything. I ended up, but as for an update, this is what happened. It's an issue happened with the SD card, not an SD card, but the SIM card, right? So I ended up immediately leaving from my old phone, because unfortunately my older phone, which is what I got right now, there's no SIM, but I ended up leaving from this phone to a new phone because unfortunately LG works for the government. So I said F that, and I went over to a whole other platform. Primarily for both safety reasons, but I do leave some of the other. I can't boot over my other email to that, to the other phone, because, well, as you may know, this is, as I stated before, they siphoned that email with a virus known as the Amazonas virus, and it's not that I haven't seen it pop up even on the new phone. I have, due to the protection that I got, but I've been able to prevent them really from doing much. It's just that one thing I don't do with that phone is I never walk around with that phone on. I never do. I have this phone to gather evidence. I've got this phone to deal with certain situations as far as for filming, and I just deal with it that way. I deal with it that way. I have my body cam. I've got my audio recorder. I got all of these different devices that I use for monitoring my targeting to make sure I got evidence and backed up evidence. You always want to have your evidence backed up, because if they ever get the chance, they will delete it. Now, on to another topic. Actually, I'm actually a bit concerned because one of my outlets got messed with earlier, from what I noticed. I wish I would have caught it too, but I did see it, and what it was is like it was through the outlet. It's like they were booting something up to my phone. It was something that was getting booted. But as far as anything else is concerned, in fact, let me change something about that. I don't think this one's messed with, so let me put this in here. That way, that'll be covered and I won't mess with it. I don't know. I am on R&M, so that could have been manipulation towards that, but I don't know. It's not really a live online thing for this, so yeah. But definitely check that vid out, and you'll see how I was able to handle some conversations. Let me tell you, they do not ever want to end up in a conversation with me related to my targeting, because if they do, I will be able to immediately not only embarrass them, but also do a complete 360 with it. I've proven this. This is like the third or fourth time that I've did this. I've done it plenty of times, and honestly, I have to thank my mother for teaching me how to be able to do this. It's a lot of things that she taught me, at least before she passed, that really have helped me out. But I recommend all other TIs to do the same. Get a. There's actually there is a way to actually view like who's on your subscription list. But unfortunately, this requires you to not log in through the app, but the browser. There is an app for your subscription list. I believe so. But you see, the problem that I was having was it's like, how someone will subscribe to you, and it would tell you who subscribed to you on your email, right? It would tell you that. The problem I was having was that that wasn't what was going on. What was happening is I had ended up getting new subscribers, and then I just wasn't able to see who exactly it was, and I timed this. So I decided to get an extra layer of reconnaissance and keep it, going forward that way. As far as everything else is concerned, I'm very glad Vulcan's doing all right. I'm sorry to hear about a lot of the crap that they put him through. I've seen his video. His targeting hasn't been easy, and I was actually kind of worried about the guy because it's just as I said, if you haven't seen in one of my older videos, since last Friday, I believe, last Friday or Thursday, since that large storm hit, the attacks have been beefed up like crazy down here. It's just been insane. I'm gonna upload this real soon. I just gotta deal with a few things, and then I'll take care of that. But as far as anything else is concerned, something? It disgusts me that taxpayers' money is going to pay these perps. So you know what I'm gonna do? I want to give some of this money to that I'm gonna end up getting to the TIs. I need to figure out a legit way to do it though, because they are known to fuck with a lot of stuff, and part of my language, but I think in this case that's actually appropriate for this situation. I know I dropped the F-bomb. I'm sorry about that, but with this situation, it's crazy, Again, the channel's name is Mischievous M. Don't even worry about it. I just use that for monetization purposes, because I know that they as you may have witnessed this yourself, they will do certain things to your channel that you're not aware of, as far as your text, as far as anything, maybe even upload a video for all you know, and it won't even be your video. But this is definitely MM. I am Maurice M. I am identifying myself as I am. I'm doing extra steps as far as reconnaissance and taking evidence, because again, I will state this once more, they will take down any evidence that they possibly can get their little midi hands on. So you got to be careful. Back up your evidence, even 3 times if you must. Remember, keep your stuff secure so they can't F with it. There's another thing you can do. You can let's say you can update your let's say get a pouch or something, right? Get a pouch and have a little cartridge holder onto that, let's say you got your keys always immediately strapped to your waist. I do this all the time myself. I keep them strapped to my waist all the time in a situation where they can't get to it unless they have to touch my person just to get to them. So they're not going to do that. So, what you can do is have a cartridge holder, right? You can have a cartridge holder on there, and you can have copies of all your evidence logged onto that, onto like onto that cartridge holder, which can hold an SD card. Have that strapped to your waist at all times. That way you can always have. This is why I say keep some electronics offline. Do not even sign into anything. Just use it for transfer purposes. Nothing more, nothing less. You can get a body cam that uses SD cards. You can even get a cheap camera and just convert that into a body cam that uses SD cards. You can transfer those SD cards data over to a tablet or a computer or a laptop. You can transfer those files over and over to whatever platform and stuff you wanted to go to, right? Make sure you copy your stuff. Make duplicate copies of your stuff before you submit it before you try to bring it onto the phone that you got online. I guess that's about it for this video. This is just an update on my situation. As far as my target is concerned, filed for another vacation. They didn't like that. I'm going to be off for a little while again. So what they ended up doing was they actually got very desperate. Last time I was at work, actually, and it didn't work. It got so bad that they were using a lot of remote manipulation. You know, they were using a lot of that. I mean, a heck of a lot. I send both my prayers, my love to everybody out there. This is not an easy situation to deal with. Let me tell you, but somehow, some way, we're gonna get through this. One of the suggestions that I put on the channel was that I believe all TIs should develop a task force for every state. Now, since physical being around, you know, each other physically is kind of a safety risk, I figured social media could still be used in this aspect. And what I believe people could do is have have like a Skype chat or something, right? Have it like on Skype or some type of video log so a person's face is seen as well as their voice is heard, right? And what'll happen is, well, all of us will just like sign an agreement stating that the evidence that is gathered, right? The evidence is gathered is not for exploitation purposes of you know, people's personal data, but the evidence gathered is there, you know, for our own defense. For our own defense because of our targeting and because of the stalking that we're going through every day from random different individuals. You gotta understand, what the people they're hiring to do to one person, that same person's going to another TI in the same state doing it to them. The reason why TIs need to band together is because TIs can pose as a witness for another TI. You end the stalking for one TI, you end the stalking for another one. You get one perp out of the way, that perp can't turn around and harass the other TI. That's why we need a collective task force to basically keep tabs on what these people are doing in their covert organizations. Let's form an organization of our own to actually, you know, expose this company, expose this covert organization for what it is. Use their when they perform their street theater, when they perform their gaslighting tactics, their slanderism, their character demonetations and stuff like that. Use that against them. Let them perform their stuff out, right? And then go ahead and then give, literally just go ahead and point out everything that they're doing. As far as you want a clear description, precisely what they're doing. I understand they are stalking you. They are doing that. But you want to give people a clear explanation as to what it is that they're doing. Sorry about that, my eyes. This darn thing is too low. You want to give them a clear description as to what they're, as to what they are doing. As far as to as far as to how to deal with it and how to explain it. You know, the colors that they wear, right? Now, here's the deal. You know the perps are gonna say this shit anyway. You already know even a random person would say like, oh well, like, okay, the person's wearing red. You saying what, they can't wear red? We know they're gonna do that. We know this, right? We know this. That isn't the point though. You want to point out color harassment and state that they all wear similar specific colors or carry a specific color around them, whether it be blue, whether it be red, whether it be white, orange, whatever. It's always a specific color that they have, And with your evidence, you're going to exactly see that. And the purpose behind the color harassment is to sensitize a target to that. The reason why they want to sensitize the target to that is because it catches the target's attention. It literally traumatizes the target by keeping them in a state of awareness that they're being stalked, that they're being hunted down like a runaway dog or something, or a rabid dog, right? They want to keep a person in a state of fear. That's why meditation is so important. You have to meditate. You have to, for your own safety, because this stuff, if you are not careful, it will break you down. Do not attempt to assault any gang stalker unless it is 100% out of a doubt, to the point to where they're trying to assault you, to where they're putting their hands on you. At that point, you're within your right to protect yourself. They can't say jack crap against that. That's what happened. That's what the situation that happened to me, and they backed the hell off because they knew that guy had assaulted me first, and they knew for a fact that I had the marks and stuff to prove it. And that I ended up actually finding out who that guy is. Now, as far as uploading the proof, I still have to get it extracted first. I still have to do that. That will happen soon. When I do get that evidence, I'll make sure that people know exactly what it was that I've seen and what it was that and what had happened. Unfortunately, I don't even know if the other footage, as far as just audio, is even recording and stuff like that when that happened. I don't know. So much happened so fast. But the thing is like, the thing about the screen recorder is that it doesn't matter even if you exit out an application, it can still record. That's one of the best features about a screen recorder, because it still records audio from the outside. It still does that. So even if you were to click off something, it's still going to keep going, as long as you hit the record button, as long as you got enough storage space. Now then, I guess that's about it for this video. It's pretty much just a good explanation video about the situation, but just to understand, I got that channel primarily for pretty much because here's the deal. If you stay on your channel, the channel that you document all this targeting and stuff from, yes, you're keeping up the awareness, but here's the problem. Here's the other. It's like a double-edged sword with the longer and longer that goes on, and here's why. The more and more you have to stay on that channel like that, you know, like whenever you're doing your surfing and stuff like that, you got to understand, first off, they're going to be using that to go against you, to use whatever they can against you, as far as I'm concerned. Not saying that they're not going to see, like, whatever else you're doing, even if you make a second channel, right? It's not to say they're not, but that's not the point. The point is that the stuff that you're documenting, when you are using that channel that you use for documentation for your just casual purposes, like let's say you want to watch a movie or something like that, here's the problem with that. You still are taking a chance of exposing, literally putting what they did in your eyes and your point of view, when you're supposed to be relaxing, when you're supposed to just try to take your mind off of that. They're gonna do their noise harassment. They're gonna talk shit. They're gonna act out. There's no doubt about that. But the thing is, you don't want to have your own evidence going against you, and to keep sensitizing yourself to that. So just be mindful of that and be careful. Just be careful. Anyway, I guess that's about it for this video. This is MM's TI Strategy Guide. I'm over and out. Remember, stay safe, stay strong.